Welcome back to Sarita's garden. I'm standing in the south side of our food forest, right next to the banana belt. It's beside me and kind of behind me. And I'm looking a little bit towards the east. So this is the area that runs all along the south of our house, our pool, and the south side of the property. So this is a relatively new bed. We have a native tree here that we got in a free giveaway last year. This is called soldier wood. It has these really cute yellow flowers in it that yeah, we've just seen this year. It's been a very spindly tree, and we weren't sure what was going to happen with it, but that one's coming along. We put in a new mango this summer. We picked this up at the Mango Festival at Mounts Botanical Gardens. We got a sweet tart mango, so we really like that flavor. This seems pretty happy here. Got some cowpea growing on the ground. I'm hopeful that that will just ground cover this whole mulched bed area. To the left here, this is plantain, and butterfly pea is taken over the trellis. We do have in there Inca nut. The one on my right, it really kind of died. It's maybe hard to see, but there's some brown stems there. It didn't seem to appreciate the heavy water we got, I don't know, a month or two ago, and it did kind of creep up into there. There is a plant on this side that has survived, and here are the greens coming up there. So maybe all is not lost. The butterfly pea seems to be a little bit more dominant. Kind of cool on the butterfly pea, it's starting to make pea pods. Let's see, here's one. And I believe that those are edible. Oh yeah, there's a bunch in there now that I am close up. So that's really cool. It's a very pretty flower, and yeah, it really likes the trellis that Brad built. Brad didn't build the trellis for butterfly pea, he built it for Inca nut, so he's a little disappointed, but beautiful to see the vine. Okay, heading to the south. Let's come down here because there's some things we planted this summer that I haven't gotten on camera yet. But let's just talk about Galangal here. This is our 3 plants of Galangal. They look kind of like ginger leaves, so that's the stuff that I'm zooming in on. There's the top, and it comes down. I've got 3 clumps in here. It's providing amazing privacy. It's getting a little thick. I might cut some out to plant in other places. I'm not sure if Galangal can handle standing water, so that's the challenge. Most of our property can have standing water, so there's not a lot of space areas that are elevated out of the standing water. It's at a high premium, and so I'm not sure how much I'll be moving that around. This is curry leaf right here, which looked so dead when I planted it last year. It looked so sad for months and months. I'd really kind of given up, but it has come back and rebounded. And I would say that's one of my lessons, particularly in the past year, is that giving things time and space and not overreacting if something looks a little bit unhappy, and not necessarily needing to even intervene, like just letting things run their course. And yeah, I mean, maybe if it's been a month's time, that might be, I'm sorry, I meant to say if that's been a year's time, maybe, yeah, time to get rid of it. But okay, moving on. This is Cassava. Oh my gosh, believe this is Shan's Yellow. This is a really nice variety. We bought this at Incredible Edibles. I believe, though, this originated from Josh at Cody Cove Farm, so thank you everybody for making that available to us. This is a yellow sweet cassava variety that we're hopeful to harvest. I think it's about November, December. That's looking good if we can keep it getting from blown over in the wind. And then this trellis back in here, Brad built a couple trellises. This is yam. I believe this is African yam, and I can't remember the specific names. If I can find it, I don't actually even know the specific names, but we got this from Josh. He came down to speak at Mounts Botanical Garden. Makes these huge tubers underneath in the ground, but it needs a vining space and area for all the greens. So Brad did a really great job of building this trellis, and so that's kind of tucked back in here behind. This is avocado, which is more slow growing than cassava and the yam. There's another yam back in here. So there's another one. and more cassava. Now this is a different variety of bug. This is a different variety of cassava. This was the one that we harvested that was from a friend, a sweet variety. We don't know the flavor, but we really loved it. And so, yeah, we still need to get more supports and ties to hold these up because of the wind and yeah, the potential for them getting damaged and blowing over. Firebush. All the pollinators love the firebush. More cassava. And then I'm just going to turn over to here to this side because this is the trench area that we dug out and worked on. And so this has grown really thick. You can't really see the fence at all behind it, and it's providing nice privacy, and so far so good with the plants. You know, when we have heavy rain, the Mexican sunflower is unhappy, and so is the lemongrass. But the vetiver doesn't care, the sweet potato doesn't care, and the bananas don't care. So this hedge now, we could say, is doing quite nicely. And let's just point out the roselle, because this was the roselle that I was trying to grow from cuttings all over the yard and really struggling with. And you can see the red stems. It's really beautiful. I believe in, I can't remember exactly when it is going to flower, but I think it's a little later in the fall. So we're pretty happy with how that's been growing. The roselle, that makes a flower. Part of the fruit you can make into teas, hibiscus tea. I believe it's called Jamaican hibiscus. So anyhow, that's the south side. And I'll leave the video at that. Again, this is the trench area. And then that was pretty much all the cassava and the new yam on the south edge of our pool. Thanks for watching. See you next time.